Do you have more machines than computers? Or maybe you need to free up a machine for portability so that you can use it on other devices? Well, today we are going to build a mini PC to do just that, so stick around. Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rick, this is Directed Tech. For the last couple of years, I've been using this Alienware laptop, which I bought back in 2015 for the smaller lasers that I review, to run my CNC machines, and most recently, it's been pretty much dedicated to my fiber laser. Well, that's presented a problem for me because I've been doing a lot of coins lately, and they take a couple hours to do. And so this laptop gets tied up for several hours. And if I'm running that laser, can't even set up a job, on my CNC machine, or I can't do a review. So I found myself in need of another computer. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I picked up this mini PC here. It's an SNX series. We'll go into specifications a little bit later, but you can see all of the parts that we have here, and we're going to put this thing together quick and simply, and I'm going to run Lightburn. This is going to be my fiber laser computer. So we're also going to talk a little bit about a way you can get a fourth seat for Lightburn. They'll give you 3 seats, which is pretty generous, but I needed a 4th seat. So we'll talk about that too. Let's get into it. Now, I'm not going to go through a full unboxing of every product here, but since the PC is kind of the main subject here, I will talk a little bit about this. In the box, you get the mini PC itself. You get a couple of mounting screws. There is a VESA plate, so you can secure it to the back of your monitor. I don't know if that's going to work with this monitor, but we'll find out. You've got a 30-watt power supply, and then they do include a HDMI or an HDMI cable. If you want to use a DisplayPort, you'll need to pick one of those up, which I did. Now the computer itself, if we look here on the front of the device, you have your power switch, you've got 2 USB ports, you've got an audio jack, and then on the back, you've got your DC input port, 2 more USB ports, DisplayPort for video, HDMI for video, and then underneath this little sticker here, that says kindly refrain from connecting this to Wi-Fi or the network at first because it may result in some long updates. You've got a LAN port there. I'm not sure what this lock is for. And then it looks like the little security device or little port where you can lock this down. Well, that took a little bit of time not to put it together. We definitely got that all set up. It only probably took about 10 minutes. Just plug in the computer itself. You got a little power brick for that. DisplayPort cable there in the back, plugged in the little USB dongle for the keyboard and the mouse. Give power to the monitor, DisplayPort there. Now the computer does not mount to the VESA mount, at least this little bracket that they included just doesn't quite fit for this particular monitor. I may make a little stand or a little 3D printed mount for that in the back. We'll see in the future. But anyway, what took some time, just like that little sticker that was on there warned, if you do connect to the internet, it probably took almost 2 hours for Windows to update itself. So no surprise there, that was a warning they gave you. But anyway, we've got the machine running. It's working quite well. I don't know how well this will show up. I don't have OBS installed, so I can't show you, or I can't capture the screen. But we've got 16 gigabytes of RAM on this version, and we have 477 gigabytes of free space. So more than plenty to do what I need to do. And I've gone ahead and installed a few things. I tend to use Microsoft OneDrive to transfer files back and forth, so I can make my creations on my main PC, and then I just save it to a folder and then sync it in OneDrive. I can pull it off on any of the computers that I have in my house. So that is very useful. What I'm going to do is go to the other computer where I do most of my work, and I can capture all that information, and I will show you how to add a seat to Lightburn. So first thing, if you haven't, no matter where you purchased Lightburn, if you got it with a laser and they just sent you, your license key, you should definitely come here, Lightburn, customer.cryptlex.com, and create an account. There's more information on their website if you need to create your account. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in there. and it will show me the information. Now I have it blurred out here on the screen, but this is my license key. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And then if you go here, lightburnsoftware.com/collections/add a seat, this will allow you to add a seat. Now, Lightburn is very gracious. They give you 3 seats with your purchase, and I've actually already got 4, and I'm going to add a 5th one. So it's very, very reasonable. If you have the Pro version, they'll charge you $50. If you have the Core version, which is more of your diode, your non-DSP or Galvo machines, then it's only $25. This is a one-time charge. When you do the annual $30 update, that's just for software updates. So you're not going to get hit with another charge depending on the amount of seats that you have. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Pro here. And then in this box, I am going to paste in my product key, which again is blurred out. I'm just going to get 1, add that to cart. And then I go ahead and check out. And I can, let's see, I will sign in here. And we get to this page here, enter in your payment information. I will hit pay now, and there you go. Now I have a new seat. So I get my receipt, file that away for tax purposes. And if I come back over here, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this. You can see now this has changed. Allowed activations is 5, and I've got 4 done. So now I can go back to the new computer and activate Lightburn. All right, we are back at the mini PC, and as you can see, I've got Lightburn loaded here. I've got it activated. You can import all of your devices. So again, I save all of these settings on that OneDrive folder, and I was able to just import all of my settings for the fiber laser. So everything is set there. I was also able to import my material libraries. So I am ready to go. So we're going to take this thing out to the shop and get it connected to the fiber laser, and we will call this complete. So one of the things that you may be wondering about this mini PC is it powerful enough to do the stuff that I need to do in Lightburn? And I can tell you, yes. I've actually been running it now for probably over a month since I first started recording this video. And like I said at the beginning, coins are usually the difficult part when you do the 3D slice. So I've even installed OBS onto this machine, and I've got a little CPU overlay. So I'm gonna slice a 3D coin so you can see how long it takes before the machine starts working. So let me show you that really quick. All right, here we have the settings for this coin, and I'm going to go ahead and hit start on this. Unfortunately, the overlay did not record, but you'll have to take my word for it. I think the CPU peaked at about 45% during this process. So it may not be the fastest machine out there, but it's going to be plenty fast enough for what we need to do with Lightburn. All right, folks, so there you have it. Quick little mini PC build. Highly recommend this. I wouldn't be making the video if I didn't. I will have Amazon affiliate links down below. I've actually picked up another one for another location where I have a laser. So I'll tell you, this little machine works great. It's gonna do pretty much everything that you need it to, and it's not gonna break the bank. And best of all, you can just completely dedicate it to a machine. It's not ridiculously expensive, and it's gonna do what you need it to do. Before we wrap this thing up, I would really appreciate it if you take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell so you know when I drop new content. As always, I enjoy the time that we get to spend together here on the channel, so let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and growing together. Take care, everyone.